Hi folks, Phil again here from Phil's DIY. I'm here with another video. I'm going to do another project with this wooden gate that I built. If you remember, I built this a few years ago, and at the time I decided not to paint the gate because it was all made from redwood. I figured it would hold up to weather. Well, it didn't hold up too well. It's still in one piece, but it's looking kind of old. So I decided I'm going to paint this. And at the same time, I had started to scrape the paint off the side posts, but it became a little too much work. So I decided I'm just going to buy a new piece of lumber and put a new piece on. I'm going to prime and paint all of that today. So I'll be taking this off, and take the gate off and clean it up, and then prime and paint it. So let's get to it. Okay, that's one. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to do this right here up against the side of my garage. Meanwhile, just going to sweep off all the dirt and crud that's on here. I do see what looks like some sort of an insect housing. I'm going to have to use a scraper to get off. Okay, I'm ready to cut the 2x4. This is a 10-foot length, and each post is a little shy of 5 feet. But I have some damage here on the end, and it also has a knot here too. I think I'm going to cut it down just below the knot. If I cut it at 3.5, that'll be fine. Then the other end, I'm going to just cut it about 1/4 to 1/2 inch off there. We have 116 and 5/16, so I'm going to cut it to 58 and 3/16. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Right there. Almost perfect. It's within 1/16 of an inch of each other. I'm happy with that. Okay, the post 2x4s have been cut to length. It's actually a little shorter than the original ones, but that's okay. These original ones, the bottom's actually stuck into the ground, and with these new ones shorter, they don't have to stick into the ground, so it'll actually be a little easier to mount back up on the bolts, and they won't touch the ground, so less worry about the rot that you can see building up over on that one on the right. And by the way, I'm powering my miter saw from my solar-powered garage that I harvest solar energy and store in batteries, and that's a great thing. So all my power tools that I use for my projects, I power from my solar system. I need to pre-drill holes, and I'm just going to line up the old posts onto the new one and mark where the holes are. It should put me roughly in the right spot. Okay. This is the latch side, and I've already marked the hinge side over here. First, I'm going to drill out a 1.5 inch diameter hole that's set down about 1/2 inch to give it space for the washer and the nut. After that, it'll be just I'm going to use like a 3/8 or a 1/2 inch drill to go through that. All right, first set of holes. Wow. Whoa. I think what I needed to do was to pre-drill a bigger hole so that this doesn't bite into it and pull it in. Maybe I'll do that now. Okay, pilot hole is pre-drilled, and it should now stop trying to forcibly pull the drill hole cutter drill bit in. Much better. Okay, so lesson learned. To use this Diablo hole saw or hole bit, it's got a screw head that pulls the bit into the wood fast as it's spinning. So in order to avoid that from doing what you saw, you have to pre-drill a hole that's a 1/4 inch so that this doesn't continue to pull the bit into the wood and forcing the major torque and the bite. So here's an update. This bolt is so crooked. You see, it's not straight in, it's at an angle. I need this post to be plumb. I ended up drilling out the inside hole a little bigger. And then that required also that I enlarge the outer hole where the washer and nut goes. And I ended up pulling out my router to do this instead of, because my hole, the bit just would not work. It was just tearing up the wood here. So I used the router and enlarged the opening here where the washer and nut's going to go. So now I'm ready to prime and paint this guy. Okay, I'm ready to start my primer coat. I'm using a Kilz all-purpose interior exterior primer. I'm going to give it a coat, possibly 2 coats of the primer, and then I'll lay down some outdoor paint. Well, I have finished doing the primer coat. I put 2 coats of primer on both the gate and the new posts. So I'm going to let these dry a bit, and then I'm going to give them a couple of coats of some paint. I don't know what color it's going to be yet. We'll see. Well, I'm done for the day. I've got 2 coats of paint. Oh, and I decided to go with this green semi-gloss paint that I had left over from other projects. So I got 2 coats of the paint on both the gate and the posts. The 2x4 cross members of the gate will get a different color. They're going to get a light color. And I'll do that tomorrow. For now, today, I'm calling it a day. These bolts are old and rusted, so I think I'm going to hit it with some WD-40 and clean it. The rust is pretty severe. So I think all I can hope to accomplish is to just scrape a little bit off and have it lubricated. Let's see how the nut does on that. Okay. Oh, it's going on okay. That should be okay. Okay, getting these posts installed. Loosen it up a little bit so I can make a final adjustment. Let's see. I need to move this way. I need to make that go. That's as far as I can make it. And that's pretty close to vertical. Not perfect, but it'll work. I'm going to go ahead and mount the hinges onto the gate using the same holes that they were on. I'm not going to fully tighten them so that in case I need to make minor adjustments over at the post. I'm going to need to paint the bottom of the gate here. Yesterday I had it all propped up on this end, so I couldn't get to it, but I'm going to put a coat of paint on here, maybe a couple. I'm going to make it the same color as this trim, which is going to be a lighter color. And I have the gate taped, ready to paint. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to give this bottom edge a couple of coats to protect it. Not good. Oh well, I'm just going to leave it. Maybe if I have some time, I'll use the green paint and do a touch-up. Not happy with the outcome. Well, I've finished my gate. I've hung it back up on the new posts. It looks almost good as new. I had some mishaps with the paint. I'm still debating whether I'll go through and do touch-up on it. Wife says it's fine, but we'll see. This is the inside, the back side of the gate. And that's the outside of the gate.